Hey guys, Dan Full, Mr. Grey, Dan the Grey, and because I am so willfully unprepared for Halloween, because I've just been too busy, I decided I'm going to try and make a longer video, or more like a couple of videos melded into one. So I'm going to start off with the comments video, because there's a couple I do.
I'm the spirit of this house. I'm going to take your soul whilst you're sleeping.
Hey Google, stop.
There will be no world of Mr. Grey after this. I'm going to rip your spine out and show your skull. I'm going to enter your bedroom tonight and take over your body.
Hey Google, stop.
All this could be at a bullocks.
Anyway, so we're going to start off with some comments, then maybe something else. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Going down to Mr. Gray's to have myself a time.
And we comments everywhere, humble folks with concentrations.
Going down to Mr. Gray's to leave my woes behind.
Ghosts and cryptids everywhere, even South Africa.
Going down to Mr. Gray's to see if I can unwind. Come on down to Mr. Gray's and meet some friends of mine. As always, I'm going to start from the top, and if I don't include your comment, I have seen it, and I will try and get back to you, but... you know, thanks for everyone who watched my previous video on The Watcher episode 2, Ghost Files. I really enjoyed it. It was a shorter one, a bit uneventful, but we're going to get into some comments about that right now. So the first comment, we're back on the SLS. And he's commenting on the Debunking Ghost videos and the Paranormal with Logic, where I featured Really Haunted and his SLS shenanigans. And from Paolo Triani says, I don't know about this argument. I should, before I read the comment, I think I stated in the video, something about that it's obviously layered because the stick figures go in front and behind, or behind in front. I can't remember which order I said now. But that wouldn't happen if the camera was picking something up. You'd see distortion in the stick figures, which you don't. Something like that. I'll have to go watch the video again. But I do know what he's talking about, so we're going to get into that. So Paulo says, I don't know about this argument. Two solid objects being tracked will lose track if one goes behind the other. But with one being transparent, wouldn't that be different? I doubt Xbox has ever experimented with that. Now, I'm not saying Lee is real because we all know he isn't. I'm just saying two solid people versus one solid and one transparent might make the SLS act differently. I know what you're saying. Basically, if the ghosts are being shown on SLS and, you know, they're transparent, obviously. The argument for you can't have someone go behind someone on and without the, you can't have someone go behind, we'll say Lee in this instance, because obviously that was what the video was about. You can't have someone go behind Lee, in front of Lee. His stick figure would flip out, but it doesn't. I'm remembering now my point. I'll have to go back and watch that bloody video, actually. I see what you're saying, but my way with that is with the Kinect. If it can track something, it will show you on the screen. If something's invisible and the Kinect cannot see it, it will not track it. It's as simple as that, because it views it in a spectrum, in a particular spectrum of light, which I think, it's infrared, obviously. And because when you have the Kinect running, you have a screen to see what you're recording. When you have it in infrared mode, it's tracking something. There has to be something there for the IR sensor to track. That's just the way the Kinect works. That's the spectrum of light it uses when it's using the IR stick figures tracking. If there was something transparent there to the naked eye, if the camera can see it, you would see it on the screen. Not the stick figure. I'm not talking about the stick figure. I'm talking about the thing it's tracking. So this is why we know that it's not tracking something transparent. That's as basic as I can get with it, really. And it's an interesting question, and I do understand what you're getting at, but the Kinect is just designed to see in the IR spectrum when it comes to that particular thing. And if you can't see it on the screen, it's not tracking anything. That's why we know it's overlaid previous footage of someone making stick figure movements and then overlaying them in Premiere or DaVinci, whatever. But thank you for the comments. Darren Dixon says, hi pal, love watching your content and look forward to it dropping every few days, give or take. Just wondering, have you covered the series The Curse of the Skinwalker Ranch? It's a weird one, that is. Keep up the good work, buddy. Well, I appreciate it, Darren. A lot of you have told me you should watch The Skinwalker Ranch. I haven't watched it yet. I just finished watching House of the Dragon, which was amazing. So I am going to get to it. I got a couple of shows on the go, but I appreciate it. Next one from Eddie T. He says, I can't understand the fucking word you're saying. Accents are a thing. Shocking, I know. I don't blame you, Eddie. I have a Welsh accent. I speak fast. It's a thing. But I appreciate it. Tactical Noodle says, I really want to see you break down the most dumb paranormal show ever. 28 Days Haunted on Netflix. Absolute bollocks. A lot of you have said that to me the last couple of days, and I haven't watched it yet. I don't know if I will be. I mean, I might. I'll try it. I'll see what happens. I'll upload it and see if it gets a copyright before it goes public. But Netflix will probably copyright it. But I'll see what happens. I'll give it a go. I'll upload it. Who knows? See what happens. But a lot of you have said that about that show. It sounds interesting. I don't know if this is a diss at me or it's a genuine comment. But I'll heart it. Robert Adams, you need to go with more ghost hunters so we can sort this out once and for all. I am up for it. I've been with a few now on the YouTubes. I really enjoyed them. Didn't see anything. I am bloody up for it. As long as I can get there. And, you know, as long as I don't have to stay up till 8 a.m. because I'm definitely not a night person. So, right, trust me, I'm up for going in. I'll go on my own. I don't care. I'll go on my bloody own. I'll go down that dark, scary tunnel at night. Easy. But yeah, I'm totally up for it. Trust me. If there's any ghost hunters on there who want me to come along, please message me or email me. I'll happily come along. I was out last night and I was just enjoying myself with my brothers. And I saw a few comments from Jeff Smith pop up. I had a quick glance at them. I could tell he weren't happy about something. So we're going to go off right now. I'm going to start from his first one because he did a few. I think he's my new biggest fan. So we're going to start with his first one. And he commented first on the Skinwalker who just wants to be super friends with Twin Paranormal. So Jeff Smith, first of all, you get a heart from me, Jeff. I finally got the guy all right. This dude is a non-believer. He's talking about me, by the way. He's one of them debunkers and tries to come across to you like he's an open-minded skeptic. And he's not. He'll just try to pull everything out of his head to try to debunk something and make it look bad. That's all this guy is. I've been in a haunted house. I know what it's like. He probably hasn't stepped out of his house to do any investigation whatsoever. First of all, this is me in 30 East Drive, apparently the most haunted house in the UK. I didn't see anything. Am I being too dismissive? I don't think I am. I'm just explaining some stuff. Am I being dismissive? Well, this year as well. That's me with the Ouija brothers at 30 East Drive.
Returned back.
Yeah. There was a light we kept seeing there. Which was... This is me at the Skirrid Inn. Supposedly the most haunted pub in Wales. I didn't see anything. But that's me. Right there. And I went along with previously called Portal Paranormal, but now they call it the Paranormal Fellows, which I'll be getting to them at some other time. But for now, go over to the Paranormal Files, subscribe to them. I've been with them on an investigation. I've met up with them a few times, or one of them at least, anyway. And they're a good bunch of boys. They definitely won't pull the wool over your eyes. Go watch them and see what happens. Paranormal Fellows, link down below. So your first argument, Jeff, is out the window, but we'll continue. The second comment, again, Jeff, you get a heart from me. It is so obvious that this person has never gotten out of his house to do any type of paranormal investigation on his own or with another group or anything. I just proved you wrong there. And plus, by the bloody way, I used to go even exploring on my own to the darkest, most haunted places ever. Didn't see anything, but I really enjoyed it. I'm out of my house more than I'm in the bloody house, trust me. With another group or anything, alright, he knows nothing that he's spewing out of his mouth. And another thing, he's never watched Twin Paranormal. I've watched them many times and thankfully don't watch them anymore. Again, I didn't see anything. He's never watched Twin Paranormal on YouTube, any of their podcasts, any of their live broadcasts to know anything of what he's talking about. He likes to hear himself talk. And on his third and I think it's his final, I mean, he might be sub to me, I don't know, he's... Once again, Jeff, you get a heart from me. If you knew anything about Native American folklore, shamanism, you would know what Skinwalker is. A Skinwalker is a demon that can take shape of anything or anybody. It's a shapeshifter. Please learn your facts before you start spewing anything. I know many facts. Skinwalker ain't one of them. Because, do you know what? I don't believe in the Skinwalker. I love it when people just assume Because they just see my talking head on this video. They just assume I sit in this chair 24/7 doing nothing but spouting bollocks. I wish. But thank you. I appreciate the comments, Jeff, if you ever see this. I haven't had a mean comment for ages. It perks me up. Peggy Sue says, great breakdown, Dan. I wish they talk on the Watcher episode 2. I wish they would use a shit camera when they tried to recreate the photos. Yeah, it would have made more sense to make it worse, use a worse camera, I think, to make it sort of the same. I know what you mean. I agree that the voice sounds the same as Shane's. The sounds they pick up sound like the doors closing. If you notice the door swinging as they leave correlate to the sound. Oh, I did notice that. I'll have to have another look at that. The last sound is most likely a seagull. As you mentioned, as always, love you vids. Take care and happy Halloween. Well, Peggy, I appreciate it. A few of you have said about the voice of Shane, which we'll get to in further comments. It's interesting. Another one from Tupac, vocal synthesis. I'm a Tupac fan, by the way. So you'll get a heart from me, Tupac. You are the most skeptical, over-the-top person I have ever seen. In better terms, an answer for everything. 9 times out of 10. I can tell you now, as someone that don't post my footage on own stuff for clout spirits or whatever they exist, I do EVP recordings regularly and get responses 8 out of 10. Well done. Also been scratched. Multiple times, I would wake up and notice them on my chest or certain body areas. You are insulting things that you don't have a clue about. Now it's fine to be a skeptic, I was too, but to insult people and call them frauds is BS and wrong one day. You're going to realise everything you believe is wrong and ghost spirits, whatever you want to call them, exist. If it turns out right, somehow, one day, I find out that I am wrong and everything I've been saying, you know, well, anyway, before I get that, I always say I'm not debunking the paranormal, I'm just debunking stupid videos on YouTube. There's a difference between that. But if it turns out that I was wrong and ghosts are all around me right now, I would be the happiest guy ever, and I would be the first one to say in a video, I was wrong. I'd be doing the apology video and everything. You know, where they sigh at the beginning of an apology video. Trust me, if I'm wrong, I hope it. Believe me, I hope I am. I'm not talking about the shitty videos. I'm just talking about, in general, this kind of stuff. I hope I'm wrong. Believe me, you have no idea how much I hope I'm wrong. But I appreciate the comment, Tupac. Shireen Lawfoot says, I discovered your channel a little while ago and I love it. Shireen, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Shireen. Jabel's Fables says, I would love to see you break down the moon landing. I know you believe it happened. I do. But I feel certain that it did not. If you get a chance with the documentary, a funny thing happened on the way to the moon. Thank you for the video drop. Yes, I am a moon lander believer, if that's what you want to call me. I don't know. I can see why some people, in fact, there's a lot of people, I could totally see why a lot of people think they didn't happen. The first few, at least, anyway. The later ones, 100% happened. But the first few, I can see why some people might not believe they happened. But I think that's a lot of... because I'm not going to get into it now. I did plan on making a video about it, actually, because I get asked this a lot about the moon landing debunkings and what have you. But I think there's a lot of misconception about certain debunkings of the moon landings, which have been made over the past, which I did look into a while back. So maybe I'll make a video about it. But I am a definite moonlander believer. I can't help it. Carly says, and a few of you said this actually, you know when I in the Watcher episode 2 when I spoke about the sound, I think it sounded like that, and I said it sounds mechanical, like a, what did I say, like an aircon or something. A few of you said it could have been a boiler. It's similar to what a boiler makes when it's switching on. Also, and I think, to be honest with you, thinking about it back now, I think this is the one. Carly says, that thing sounds like one of those automatic air fresheners. There was one hidden in my Airbnb and it scared me to death the first time it went off at night. I'm going to say it's that. I got one in my bathroom. It's been there for ages and it still scares the shit out of me at night when it goes off because I forget it's there every bloody time. And it does sound exactly like that. So yeah, I think it's probably an air freshener. One of those. That, in fact, I made that exact sound. I'm sure I did. Paul Carlberg says, these videos are no longer scary. I see them as good or bad acting with special camera effects or really bad potato camera effects and TikTok views. I hate TikTok. Me too, brother. Good video, my friend. Thanks for breaking them down. That's the problem now with me. I even though like doing these debunking stuffs, I still used to find the clips like eerie and scary. I don't anymore. I don't find them even the slightest bit atmospheric anymore. I think the creativity have gone away from the videos now of late. And you know, years ago when they were on YouTube, or when even before the days of YouTube, when you had to download like a QuickTime bloody clip of a spooky something, even though it was bollocks, they still were creepy as hell. I don't find them creepy at all now. I really don't. I think the creativity has gone out of them. The atmosphere has gone out of them, and I blame TikTok. Not only TikTok, but they're a big bloody part of it, if you ask me. I want scary clips again. Mominator, I did not notice that, and I appreciate the thanks, very much appreciated. She goes on to say, I think looking for a logical explanation first is just that, logical. I agree. See, this is, before I get to the rest of your comment, this is the thing. When people come at me in the comments, they say you're just using opinions. A lot of it is an opinion. A lot of it is me showing the masks, the strings and what have you. Go watch the videos if you've never seen them. But even with an opinion, a logical opinion, surely you should go to that first before anything else. Surely. I think it makes sense to me. If you saw Superman flying across the sky, would you first thought immediately think, there's a man flying across the sky with the power of his thoughts? Or would you think, maybe he's got like a jetpack, or maybe it's a balloon, maybe it's a drone with like a man figure on it? You'd think a few things before you get to, it's Superman. I wish it was Superman. Henry Cavill, he's back. But yeah, anyway, sorry, I digress. This coming from someone who believes in the paranormal, though I think genuine paranormal activity is rare, so maybe I'm more of an open skeptic. In any case, well done and entertaining as always, Mr. Grey. Thank you. Well, Mominator, I very much appreciate it. Philip Murtaugh says, Hi Dan, I hope all is well. I just sent an email showing you Ben from Casper Site's reaction to the clip from James Mays, our man in Italy, where there is supposed to be a ghost appearing in the background a couple of times. I wonder what you think. First of all, I haven't seen your email yet. I haven't got to them. I did see a bit of Casper Site's video on it. A bit of it. I already did a video on it a couple of months back. In fact, when it was like going around James May's clip. Yeah, I already covered it in a video back in July, so I'll link that down below for my explanation. And basically, I found out that they were the showrunners, creators, whatever, were adding them in the background because when you see I brought up a clearer video of them on Amazon Prime. I don't think I showed it on the video because obviously I'd get copyrighted. But when you bring it up, obviously when you see the James May clips in a top 5 channel, they totally degraded, obviously, to probably avoid copyright. But when I pulled it up in Amazon Prime, which is obviously full HD, you can clearly see it's a guy in old Roman, what's it called? Togas with a red sash. And obviously, in James May, our man in Italy, obviously it's in Italy, they're talking about the Romans. So they were added in by the show creators. And I think after that clip went viral, the creators actually came out and said, yeah, we added them in. So I did a video on it. I've linked it down below. Jess53 says, you are definitely our fave ginger wanker. Well, I appreciate it, Jess. You get a heart from me. Oh, wait. I missed another one by Jeff. Look. How did I miss that? First of all, Jeff, you get another heart. There's 4 bloody hearts you've had off me now, Jeff. I watched your video to the end, not impressed. You throw the spaghetti on the wall, then pull whatever you think can come off of it. It's obviously you never leave that studio with everything that's around you in your mother's house. Get off your lazy freaking ass and actually go out and do some things and then come on and talk about it. I moved out when I was 16. But I appreciate you commenting on this video. Once again, people assuming. People just assume they know everything about you just from looking at you on a video. I roll my eyes to you. Oh my god, there's another one from Jeff. I did not realize he commented so much. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate it. You get the 5th heart from me. Look, it's ridiculous. He's obviously a Twin Paranormal fan. Do you know what? I made a full-blown debunking video about Twin Paranormal like almost a year ago. The amount of fucking fans of theirs that came to my comments gave me so much shit. And a lot of comments videos out of them. Honestly, they are some of the hardcore fans, which I appreciate. It's good that you want to stick up for your favourite YouTuber. But have a look at the other side for once. Take a look at the other side. You know, don't be such a fucking... What they call them? Stans? Is that what they call them? I don't know what the cool kids say these days. He's obviously a Twin Paranormal fan. I've pissed him off. What's he say? When Twin Paranormal is doing an investigation on that ranch, it's not an active ranch, you dipshit. There are no animals on that ranch. No farm animals anyway. There's no horses, no cows, no goats, no sheep. So hang on. So he says there's no farm animals. So that means there is animals. It's in a fucking desert, for Christ's sake. Or is it Colorado or some shit? Where's the Skinwalker Ranch? Are you telling me that there's no animals there at night? See, now I'm annoyed because that's just the stupidest comment I've ever seen. Where's the Skinwalker Ranch? Utah. Are you telling me? Are you coming on my comment section stating facts that there are no animals in that ranch? I'll take your word for it that maybe there's no horses, there's no goats, there's no cows. I'll take your word for that. But are you telling me that in the deserts of Utah, with fucking animals everywhere, that at night no animals get into that ranch? Come on now. Come on now, Jeff. I've given you enough hearts to at least appreciate that. I always enjoy the mean comments, like I always say, I always enjoy them, but when the hardcore ones like that come into my comments, it's so funny. It makes me laugh. It's so good. Jeff, I'm not having a go at you, but at least see it from our side. He must be going absolutely bloody mental. I'm hearting all his comments. I bet he's furious. How dare he heart my comment? I'm angry. Right, that's it for comments one. Let's move on to the next. So being as it's been a while, we're going to watch our boy slapped ham for the second video. Episode 3 of The Watch is going to come out soon, but I thought, being these couple of weeks, let's watch our boy slapped ham. Breakdown and analysis, not a debunking video. Jeff, come on now. Is there a panther? What's that? Oh no.
How you doing? I'm Callan and this is Slapped Ham. Today we're looking at some mysterious things caught on camera. But as always, before we dive in, remember to hit that subscribe button and get ready for more creepy content.
Just like
this. Our first clip of the day was sent to us by user 5007Z. They said they had recently been hearing what sounded like someone running on the roof of their home in Thibodaux, Louisiana over the course of several weeks. They couldn't quite explain what was causing the noise. Then they got a notification from their home security system that movement had been detected. Take a look at what their camera caught.
What was that? I missed big fat heads in it.
Camera overlooks their neighbour's roof, where you can see a transparent figure run from right to left. The camera tries tracking the movement, but the figure disappears.
Unfortunately, the footage is so grainy I can't really make out much of it. But what it does almost look like, and I'm pulling out these are out of my arse, Jeff, if you're watching this. It could be a water drop running down the lens of the camera, which will cause it to look like a ghostly mess when it's really close on the lens. Or it could be overlaid, I don't know. Or a ghost, who knows. I've just given up now. I've just given up now, haven't I? I've given up trying to explain shitty camera work.
This next one was sent to us by one of our viewers, Rafaela. Rafaela works as a baker in Heraklion, a city on the Greek island of Crete. They were walking to their work at 4:30 AM when they stopped to take some photos of the moon. It was very early in the morning and the neighbourhood was empty. However, when our viewer reviewed their photos later that day, they were shocked by something in the picture. In the middle of the road, there appears to be a dark figure. Rafaela took a series of quick snaps of the moon, so there is a collection of photos all taken split seconds apart. And in each one, the figure looks a little bit different. In one, it looks almost transparent. In another, it even looks like it's running. And in others, it has long limbs, then it looks thick and dark.
Now, before I say what this is, I can see it already, by the way. I'm going to leave you. Answer it down in the comments. Pause this video right now. Answer it down in the comments. I've gone over this kind of stuff in video footage so many times now, and photographs. I've gone over it. But you leave your thoughts down in the comments what you think it is before you go further in this video. Pause now and do it. Did you do it? Okay, let's go. I don't know why she's pretending she didn't see this figure in the bloody photos. Or in person when she was taking the photos. I was saying that, maybe she didn't because she was taking photos of the moon. So it's possible she didn't see that figure, right? The first photo, what is it? That one. The reason it looks like... I think he's trying to say Slaptime Callan now. I think he's trying to say it's like a skinny figure of a man. I mean, he does look like that, but it's not. It's just the guy's, half the guy's body is in shadow. Right there. Because the rest of his body's right there. That's obvious, right? And the reason why he looks almost invisible in some of them. Obviously in this one he's a bit closer.
Thick and dark.
And in that one he's almost invisible. And it's because, like she said, she was taking photos of the moon. Or I don't know what angle she was. She was probably way down the road when she was doing it and probably zoomed in. Because if you try to take a photo of the moon without zooming in, trust me, you think it looks big in the sky. When it's on the photo of the camera, it looks like a little dot. So most people will probably zoom in when they're taking photos of the moon. I've been playing out a while, so that's why I got moons plural in my head. But there's a light source behind the dude. The camera's not focused on him, it's focused on something above that. So the focal length, the focal point I should say, is up there. So down there, it's not going to process as much. I don't know what camera she's using. I don't know if it's like a mobile phone. I'm assuming it's a mobile phone. And it's basically what we call the... I think it's the Fresnel effect. I think that's what it's called. Whoever on a hot summer's day, put your head down to the ground. And just when you were a kid, I used to do this. I'm assuming all kids did this. Otherwise, I was just a weird kid. I was a bit of a weird kid. But if you ever put your head on like a long road on a hot summer's day, and when you get to a certain point, you can see that it almost looks like a water surface on the road because of the heat bouncing off the road. It's a similar thing with this. Obviously, it's not summer, it's not heat, but it's a similar thing with this. Basically, the light source behind the dude is overexposing the camera. So the camera is focused, it's not focusing on it, but the camera is taking in that light source and it's overpowering the image in front of it, or the person in front of it, I should say. And that's why he almost looks like an invisible ghost. Something like that. Anyway, I probably just said total bloody bollocks then, but in my head, it sounds right.
If it was just a person, then why do they look so different in each snap taken on?
Because he's in his stride. That's why they look different. Obviously in this one he's in a different stride. In the other one he's in a different stride where the light is only hitting half of his body. Or in fact quarter of his body. That's why he looks like a skinny slender man.
Who sent us the following image has lived in their home for over 20 years. Over that time, Amy says she's taken a large collection of photographs.
Hang on, you can't see the pareidolia there. There you go. I'm so dismissive sometimes, I do apologise.
That may show evidence of the paranormal. Amy wanted to share this particular photo with our community over on Facebook. It was taken with an old camera in low light, so it is a little distorted. But in the image you can make out what appears to be two faces peering in through the window.
Now don't get me wrong, 100% looks like faces. I will give them that. But again, I just think it's a case of pareidolia. Or photoshopped. But I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt to the person who took that photo. Low light with the, I don't know what camera they're using. It's obviously going to be really grainy in low light. Even with the ISO flipped up to like 1400. Yeah, it just looks like pareidolia to me. I don't know. All ghosts.
This next eerie photo was submitted to an old ghost investigation forum called Science of Ghosts. One of their readers submitted the photo saying that they took it while travelling on a high altitude rail line that passes through the Qinghai Plateau in China, transiting from Lhasa to Beijing. It's a barren, frozen landscape some 4,000 metres above sea level with no sign of civilization in sight, except for the long line of train tracks stretching off into the distance. Eerily though, in the photo you can see a strange shadowy person.
What?
The poster said they took the photo at the time to capture the icy tundra and didn't notice anyone outside of the train.
Bullshit! I call bullshit! It's clearly a person. Now, either she didn't notice, which I don't know how she wouldn't notice when it's standing right there, or they're full of shit. What do you think? Am I being too dismissive now in this one? I don't think I am. I don't think I am. I think somebody's telling bloody fibs, if you ask me.
That are said to inhabit the Philippines.
The Sigbin have never
creatures that come out at night time to feast on the blood of their unsuspecting victims. Sigbins are said to be able to walk backwards with their heads between their hind legs. Then they keep their balance with a long prehensile tail. Philippine locals who claim to have seen this elusive creature say it almost resembles a goat with long black ears. However, they're said to emit a foul odour. According to Filipino folklore, there are families who can control Sigbins, commanding them to do their bidding.
I wonder if when it says there's folklore in the Philippines that there's people who can do things to control these Sigbins to do their bidding. I wonder if they like, hey Sigbin, can you go to the shops for me please? I fancy a Twix. I wonder if they do stuff like that with these Sigbins.
Well, now a Filipino YouTube channel called Tabiapo claims to have captured real footage.
Oh, this is the one with the panther.
Sigbin.
Maybe it wasn't a panther. It was a Sigbin after all.
Take a look.
In broad daylight as well. Oh my god. I don't know if you saw that then. Because my big fat head was in the way.
He comes across a strange looking animal that he claims is a genuine
ready for
Sigbin.
this?
Take a look.
Oh, ayan na. Ito na yung sinasabi kong Sigbin guys. Sigbin talaga oh. Ito yung sinasabi ni Manang Flor kanina. Yung malaki yung
It's a small, dark-looking animal with large ears.
Dila lang. Ayan yung creature na sinasabi ko. Ayan oh.
It skulks about in the grass.
Mga katabs oh. Oh, para papunta siya dito.
That poor kid. Oh my god. This is the best clip I have ever seen. When I saw the clip at the beginning of the Slapdowns intro, I thought, oh, it's a panther or something. I didn't know where they were. It's obviously just a kid in black, I don't know, like a black, what do they call them? Onesie suit with bloody pig ears or something. Or cow ears. I tell you something now. It blows my mind that people fall for this shit. It blows my mind. My mind is blown right now.
Before it scurries away out of sight.
A bloody Sigbin. They're worse than the Jinns.
Unfortunately, we don't get a real good look at the animal as it never quite comes into focus.
Even Callan is saying we don't get a good look at the animal. It's clearly a kid in a bloody black suit or something.
Viewers think this is a sign that the whole thing's a hoax, but many believe this is
Really?
the real deal.
Really? Viewers think it's a hoax? You are kidding me. I actually want to see what people think about this in his comments. I want to see someone comment on that bloody Sigbin. That's it. Come on. Right, here we go. Stewardry. Yeah. He says, I agreed with others that the Sigbin is somebody in a black cat Halloween costume. There you go. I'm glad the first comment I found about that Sigbin was the comment of sense. I'm so happy. I'm happy for humanity once again. Even if nothing else, like the obviousness of it being a person on all fours clued me in. After having seen hundreds of videos here and elsewhere, that hunter is way too calm. If it had been real, he had been shrieked, said things that needed bleeping, and fled in the opposite direction, because they always do. So Stewardry gets my bloody like right there. Second comment has to be a good comment now about that Sigbin. See, Harry Hogwarts had to go let us down. He had to go let us down. Now, I'm assuming he's talking about the Sigbin clip here. Callan, that thing is genuine. Full stop. I watched the clip a few. I'm sure it's great. The grass behaviour gives it credibility it deserves. The way the grass responds to whatever part of the entity touches it, and the aftershocks is flawless. Right, he must be talking about something else. He can't be talking about the Sigbin. He can't be. Harry Hogwarts cannot be talking about the Sigbin. Must be something else. It must be the last tip I haven't watched yet. Oh wait, Karina Quinn. Yeah, she's going to talk some sense. Ready? For the Sigbin, probably misspelled, when it runs off, it doesn't even look like the grass it runs into moved at all. I'd say it's a hoax. It's definitely a hoax, but it's there. What does 3 replies say? CGI. By the way, Filipino here, and yes, that looks like a hoax. Sigbins are, from the tales I've read, more marsupial in nature than ape-like the one in the clip here. It's without a doubt a human in a costume. When it runs off, the footage is sped up. I love it when someone just comments CGI. It's like explanation for everything. CGI. It's not CGI. CGI, computer generated imagery. Not what I used to think when I was a kid. Computer graphics industries.
The legendary Sigbin, and do you think this sighting is genuine? Share your opinions with each other in the comments down below. Our last eerie clip of the day was uploaded to Facebook by user Sarah Marie. The OP noticed a strange looking shadow in a house in their neighbourhood, so they decided to knock on the door to do a welfare check. Take a look at what happens.
Oh, I just saw the shadow.
Watching that again, you can see the person going to knock on the door, right as a shadow zips past the front door multiple times.
Like, to me, it looks like something is definitely inside the house. I was trying to think maybe it's like added in post. I don't think it is. It definitely could be, but I don't think it is. I think there's something definitely in the house, but I think what it could be, I don't know what it could be. I don't know what it could be. I'll say that for a start. I don't know what it could be. But I think it's something being waved past a light source at the, I'm going to say, the back of that porch or house. I don't know what's this like inside. I have no idea. Something being waved back, or someone running. It's not probably not running. It's way too fast for running. Something being waved past the light source, which is causing a shadow on the door to make it look like, I don't know. See, so like for example, this light source now. If I go, hang on, how can I do it? If I go like that, obviously it's way faster than someone could run. But it's just my fingers close to the light source. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it's anything put in CGI. I honestly don't know what could be inside, but I think it's probably something moving close to a light source. Or being thrown past it, who knows. But anyway, that was Slap Time Breakdown. I can't remember what it was called. What was it called? Weird and unsettling things caught on camera. Was you weird and unsettled? And I think I'm going to call it there, because I have to go do stuff now, unfortunately. But I did have a plan in my head for something I was going to do for Halloween, but I just never got the time to do it, unfortunately, because I've been stupidly busy in work. So I thought I'd put like 2 videos together, or make 2 videos, whatever, and blend them into one, just for a long video. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you like this video, leave a sub if you're new to my channel. I do this quite often, and I'll be back soon. I'm hoping to do a live stream soon. Anyway, thanks for watching, and bye for now. Ah!